turned into the turning lane and got out of it. Wow. No, 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 no. So there's an issue. The car thinks it's 60, and it still has its max set to 84. You gotta go now. You gotta go now. All right. Good morning. I've got around the Saginaw area today. I'm at the hotel here in Saginaw. I'm going to that facility here in Saginaw. I've got two in Midland, and I'm going all the way over to Essexville, then up to Cucaulin, and then the hotel in Bay City. So I'm going to do 5 stops today. I should have started a little bit earlier, but it is what it is. Now, the AC usage yesterday killed my battery. It claims I'm going to get to the hotel at 9% tonight. It's supposed to get up to like 92 or something today. There's a heat advisory and everything going on. So I'm probably going to use AC like crazy. There is a supercharger right next to that hotel. If I really, really have to, before these last two, I'll stop and get a splash of juice just in case. I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem or not. But you know, it is what it is. I'm sitting at 36%. First place is 13 minutes, 5.7 miles away. And I'll get there at 34%. So let's push the button. And I hope you guys enjoy the ride. Oh, it's also day 2 of seeing if resetting the DAS makes a difference with the car. This one's going to be more mixed. A lot more highway usage. I believe there were some areas where the speed limit was incorrect on previous drives. So I'm going to check that out today and just overall see how the car performs. Oh, that's weird. Nope. Car's right. Turned into the turning lane and got out of it. Wow. It's never done that before. Which is why I reached for the wheel, because I was like, there's a car coming. There's a car coming. But no, it used the turning lane like most people would do. I have been pulled over for doing that. So it is, according to that cop, technically illegal. I never actually researched to see if it was or not, because cops are also legally allowed to lie to you. So okay, so this is not fixed. Apply slight force to the steering wheel is not working without pulling on the steering wheel. So, nope, that's still an issue. Gross. No, 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 no. Car was going to run a red light. So it stopped here pretty late. And I think it stopped later, further, but no, it can see the light. Oh, it is saying that one's blinking. So maybe that's what confused it. But yeah, that wasn't right. It was going to run a red light. This is why I wasn't going to recommend that everybody reset their DAS until I did a couple of days of testing on this. Are you going to go? All right. I didn't drop a pin to this place, which means it's going to turn left at the stop sign instead of going around to the back or the front of the building and parking in their parking lot. She's like creeping forward like she's going to go. Like she thinks she's the Tesla at the last light. It's so funny. Anyway, I'm going to have to take over at the stop sign. Yeah, this is no fault of the car. All right, I drove 6 miles. Took me 13 minutes. I guess 208 watt hours per mile. Hopefully I can get that down a little bit. Maybe I should turn the AC up to 68 just in case. Now it says I'll get to the hotel at 11%. So we probably will be okay today. Not a big deal. Next place is 0 minutes, 0 miles away, because it's still trying to get me here. Because I went to the front of the building instead of the back where it was trying to get me. Whatever. I got here at 34%. Next place is 23 minutes, 16 miles away. And I'll get there at 28%. I'm going to knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, I'm done in there. I'm sitting at 33%. The next facility is 23 minutes, 16 miles away. I'll get there at 28%. Still says I'll get to the hotel at 11%, so we're looking good there. It is 85, apparently. It's 77 according to my watch. So we'll see how the day progresses. Hopefully it won't be too horrible. So the car was going to completely ignore that last speed bump. It was going like 32 and it would have hit that pretty hard. So that's the second disengagement for today. Whoops. So the car was going to try to pass, but there was a merge coming up. It realized its mistake and it slowed down and got back behind the Equinox in front of us, which is a beautiful thing. All right, sorry about that. I was on the phone most of that last drive. The car was going to hit a speed table at full speed. Not pretty. So I mashed on the brakes to stop it from doing that. So I got here at 28%. That drive was 17 miles, took me 25 minutes, 209 watt hours per mile. We're doing pretty good today. Next place is 2 minutes away. It's 1.5 miles away, and I'll get there at 28%. It says I'll get to the hotel at 12% now. And the reason it was so wrong is because I was heavily using the air conditioner yesterday, and it's based on the last 50 to 200 miles of driving. And since I'm more efficient today than I was yesterday, 209 versus 300, I'm getting better state of charge arrival percentage. Yep, that's the words I was looking for. Anyway, I'm gonna knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, I'm finished in there. I'm at 27% now. Next facility is 1.4 miles, 2 minutes away. I'll get there at 26%. So let's G to the O. Yo. I love to watch you work your shirt with your booties. I get mesmerized at the sight of your booties. I like a nice set. I don't need the booty. All right, I'm gonna have to take over. Of course. Car wants to go to the front door. I could just park. No. Car wants to go to the front door, and I don't want to be at the front door. It's better for me to be at the side. Good enough. All right. That was a mile and a half. Took me 2 minutes. Easiest drive ever. And luckily, I didn't have to do anything, which is kind of funny. Next place, 32 minutes, 23 miles away, and I'll get there at 17%. Let's see. The car now says 10% to the hotel. Totally fine with that. Because when we get to the next facility, I'm going to have 2 facilities where I won't be able to use Sentry mode. Not the end of the world. Those places aren't too horrible. Anyway, I'm going to knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, I'm all done in there. I'm sitting at 24%. I will get to the next place at 16%. It's 32 minutes, 22 miles away. My driver button, start FSD button, is gone. Take the sunglasses off, stare at the camera above the rearview mirror, and it comes back. Whatever. Let's a GO. For people walking, car sees and waits. Perfect. I was probably going to turn left up here, as it always does. Yep, so that is not fixed. I put on the right blinker. It's turning right. All right, that's a good way to fix it. I don't know if that's always going to work. I've had the car fight me about that before, saying like, no, left, no, left, no, I'm going left. Yeah, I've had that happen. Excellent merge. Blinker and everything. Ah, f you, man. Oh, just out of nowhere. So there's an issue. The car thinks it's 60, and it still has its max set to 84. I didn't see any speed limit signs. So if I had to guess, I'd say resetting the DAS. DAS. Did nothing for speed limits. Thankfully, that guy slowed down because that slowed us down. So there was a cop there. And we just passed the speed limit sign that said it was 75. So still displays the wrong speed limit. That was great. Went from a 40 to a 50, sped up from 48 to 57, and it didn't plod along doing it. It just committed and went. It was amazing. All right, I didn't drop a pin in their parking lot like I did last time. So we're going to see if the car handles their turn in better with the reset DAS. Normally it would try to turn in earlier than their driveway, and then it would turn into the driveway and try to go to the back of the building. So we'll see how it handles it. So that's where it would normally try to, no. Yeah, that was where it normally tried to turn in. So that seems to be fixed. Yeah, it's going to the back. So that's not fixed. But other than that, whatever. That's where dropping a pin would definitely make a difference. So yeah, I got here at 17%. Think it said 16, but I could be wrong. That trip was 23 miles, took me 29 minutes. I used 228 watt hours per mile. That's a little bit more than I've been using all day. There was a stint on the highway that time though. 48 miles all day, 229 watt hours per mile today. Not too shabby considering. Next facility is 24 minutes, 16 miles away, and I'll get there at 11%. Car claims I'll get to the hotel at 9%. We're doing good. So let me knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. Anyway, I'm sitting at 16% now. Next place is 25 minutes, 16 miles away. The tire tread that smacked the front of my car did a real number on it. I don't think there's any damage per se, but there's some good scuff marks on there. So I'm going to throw up a picture so you can see what it looks like. But I'm going to take it to a car wash, and hopefully that will come right off. All right, there's a car wash right there. I'm going to go do it. Yep, he's giving the front the business. Lots of dead bugs on there. Hopefully that cleaned up the mess. At least a little bit. It's hard for me to see around the truck. Truck moved forward even more. That's even better. Truck's going. It's probably safe that we can go. Yes! Hooray. Oh, they had some stinky water in there. Even with air recirculation being on, I could smell it. Blech. Forgot to unfold the mirrors. The car did it auto-magically. I know you guys won't be able to see that. You gotta go now. You gotta go now. All right. So I knew the car was gonna do that. Um, it was a very long turn lane with a lot of traffic, and the car was gonna pass by a lot of them and probably try to force its way in. I knew it was gonna do that because I've seen it do that before at this exact intersection. But it's like it's so far back it doesn't understand that it needs to get over early because there's so many cars that are turning left here. But I just wasn't going to let it do it. I was not looking at the screen, so I don't know if the tentacle was saying it was going to go into the left lane and do the move that I did. But I can pretty much guarantee you that it was pegged straight. It's customary for this car to pass the next facility when we try to get to it. I want to see if resetting the DAS had anything to do with fixing that. It probably won't, but I would be very amazed if it did. So we've got about a half a mile before we get to our destination. We need to be on the right side. Nope, shouldn't be doing that. Not gonna let it. I don't even know why it wanted to pass, if I'm being honest. All right, that drive was 16.8 miles, took me 31 minutes, 251 watt hours per mile. I got here at 10%. Hotel is 9 minutes, 5.8 miles away, and I'll get there at 8%. All right, I'm going to knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. Right. Done for the day. Started half an hour later than I wanted to, and I'm finishing a half an hour later than I wanted to. So that's okay. I'm sitting at 9%. Hotel is 9 minutes, 5.8 miles away. It says I'll get there at 6%. I saw you. It did have the right blinker on there for a second, but it figured it out. Go after this black truck or before the black truck. That was perfect. That was perfect. Oh, I didn't show you the aftermath picture of the car after the car wash. So here it is. Forgot about that one. It got most of it off. After that, I took a rag, a little towel that I keep in the trunk. I wiped it even more. Came off a little bit more. I don't see any permanent damage. It just needs to be scrubbed. That was a 5.8 mile trip. It took me 8 minutes to do it. 262 watt hours per mile. It's not too shabby considering... Actually, that is pretty shabby. I take that back because I wasn't on the highway at all. I don't know where the car was about to go there, so I'm just going to go park us and be done with that. We got here at 6%. I don't know where that 9% came from that it was supposed to be, but whatever. Battery is very low. Go charge, blah, blah, blah. Today I drove 70.6 miles. I used 242 watt hours per mile. That's not too terrible. Let's see if I remember correctly. I think there was 3 disengagements. Not 100% on that. I know I've got a little tracker down in the corner, so that's keeping track of it for me. So today wasn't as good as yesterday was. So either I have to reset DAS every day, or yesterday was a fluke. Could be any of those things. I've got tomorrow, which is going to be a much longer drive, to really put that to the test. And I'm not going to reset the DAS again, so it's going to be what it's going to be. Anyway, if you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, there's that other button. If you think somebody else would like it, share it with them. And if you really liked it, hit subscribe to see more. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, or concerns, leave them down below and I'll get to you as soon as I possibly can. As always, thank you for watching. Deuces. Oh, and I never say this, but I've got a referral code down in the description if you want to buy your own Tesla. It does pick up that 3-wheeler as a motorcycle. I was going to call it a tricycle. I was going to call it a tricycle, which was even worse.